This comes hot on the heels of Adrian Strauss announcing his retirement. How will that affect things?
Well, we don't know at the moment because it was a bombshell when it dropped yesterday as they were leaving for Australia. Just as a side note, Francois Hougaard did get his bronze medal from the Olympics. He gave it away to Siabela Senatla, so he got another one in return. Okay. So there was positives, but then there were also the negatives, and that was the Springbok captain. So, yeah, embarking on an Australasian tour with a captain that has just said he's going to retire and no succession policy in place or plan, and the coach basically having been contradicted the entire year now in terms of who his senior personnel is not the greatest thing to be in. They go to Brisbane, but they've landed in Brisbane. They play Australia next weekend, and then they go to Christchurch to play New Zealand. And if the theory that maybe a wounded Springbok is a dangerous Springbok, then we might be in with a chance.
Yeah, well, hopefully. But otherwise, it could affect morale. Any more details on his decision? You were saying that the timing is being questioned, a whole lot of questions being asked.
Yeah, no, we don't actually have any more details. They've shut up shop and they won't talk, and it's now down to rampant speculation. And the names of who might be the captain to come in. But it seems like he will serve out his notice because he's effectively given notice, and then they're going to take it from there. And obviously, I think they're going to juggle around and see who fits in where. It might actually be less of a headache for Alistair Coetzee because he was a captain, although he's a good player, he wasn't performing at the time. And the problem with a captain not performing is you can't substitute him. So you were kind of stuck with him for the full 18 minutes. Now, however, you've got options at hooker as well. So there's a positive. We'll have to see how that pans out.
Okay, let's move to the Currie Cup, Sharks versus Western Province, the pick.
Yeah, no, that's the pick of the fixtures. The Sharks are flying 4 out of 4, and they can't stop winning. They're going to be tested perhaps against Western Province, although John Dobson's Western Province isn't the same Western Province that we've seen over the years. But it's at Newlands, and Province always have a chance there. Another interesting fixture, we've got the Golden Lions. They're going to Pretoria to play the Blue Bulls tonight. A big Yukske derby. So while the Currie Cup has been waning of late, there are still standout fixtures and enough to keep the rugby supporters happy.
And I like it when the Sharks win because in my experience a lot of their supporters like to cry when they lose. That's just my personal experience. Bafana versus Mauritania, and you've been saying not much to play for. Actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely nothing to play for. It's another international break that Bafana go into where there is nothing on the line, and that's not great for a coach and that's not great for the players because they can bang on as much as they want about this is good experience and get another match under the belt. But when players have no clear goal and when the coaching staff has no clear goal, it's just basically treading water in international football. So they play Egypt as well on Tuesday in the Nelson Mandela Challenge. And we got to make of it what we can. But there's really not much we can make of it. The Olympics, on the other hand, was a good gauge of where we were. We were solid there, the under-23s, with a couple of senior players. We didn't really ever throw the tournament away completely, but we need competitive matches because you can't read anything into, the kind of fixtures that Bafana has been seeing of late. But they've done it to themselves, and that's just the harsh truth of it. All
right, so maybe the tennis will be more interesting this weekend. Kevin Anderson, someone to watch?
Well, yeah, no, he's up against Joe Wilfried Tsonga, the 9th seed from France, at about 5 o'clock this afternoon in the third round of the US Open. Interesting, although maybe a formality for Tsonga because Anderson, while he can play against some of the middle of the road players, when he gets up against the truly talented players and the big servers, and they've also got a net game to play with, maybe not. But you never know. I mean, he's doing well, and then also Raven Klaasen's doing well. He's into the second round in the doubles with his partner Rajiv Ram, and they beat his former partner Eric Buterak of the USA. So there is still a lot of South African interest. It might have all dissipated by the weekend, but we live in hope.
All right, thank you, Simon Burke. A preview there of your sporting action. What to look forward to this weekend. That's a wrap from the News Live team. Meanwhile, your weather details coming up after this short break.
past should not determine your destiny if you make informed choices about your future.
I made a choice to leave the drugs, stop selling drugs, and going back to school.
Bophelong unleashes a chef who discovered his talent from doing cooking chores.
When you look at the church, there was chores that you have to do, and mine was cooking.
Our own chef made an excellent presentation when his recipe was chosen for MasterChef.
I've been to more than 10 countries, and there was always someone paying for my plane ticket, someone see the potential in me.
For uplifting stories, join Puleng Mulibati every Friday at 17:30.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome back. Let's take a look at your weather. We're going to start off by taking a look at southern Africa's far southern regions. Here's where we're going to see quite a bit of rainfall coming in for today. Pressure systems yielding isolated to scattered showers along the southern coastline of South Africa here, up to a 60 kilometre per hour wind, also forecast along the coast of Cape Town. Now, a very windy day forecast for today. In the interior, though, not as windy as we've seen over the past few days. Only 20 kilometres per hour in the western interior there, 15 kilometres per hour through the eastern interior. Now, this frontal system is going to grow into tomorrow. It's going to cause showers and thunder showers to extend further northeast and further into the interior of South Africa. Isolated showers forecast extending all the way up through the entire eastern Cape coastline. Then wind speeds in Cape Town dying down now to only 30 kilometres per hour, half of what we're forecasting for this afternoon. In terms of your temperatures, still seeing warm conditions all the way throughout the northeastern parts of the country. There, take a look at that. Joburg peaks at 27 degrees, temperatures at 29 degrees Celsius as we look towards Pretoria. Bloemfontein's at 26, but a little bit more mild along that eastern coastline. Durban peaks at 24 degrees, isolated to scattered showers forecast for today. And of course, that continues all the way down the southern coastline there with PE peaking at 18 and East London 19. Temperatures fairly mild along that southern coastline as a result of that past frontal system. Cape Town peaks at 20 degrees for today and it's extending